Welcome to Bless Them Boys, a podcast that will definitely run the ball on the 1 yard line this time. We're one Saints fan and one Cowboys fan, one fan of Who Dat and one fan of Dat Win. We're here to give weekly takes, game recaps, bad betting picks, game previews, and the occasional Seinfeld reference.
This week, in honor of Super Bowl 60 participants, Patriots and Seahawks, instead of our normal Cowboys Saint of the week, we're going to do a patron Seahawk Patriot of the week. And the honor goes to wide receiver Deion Branch. Anthony Deion Branch Jr. was born in Albany, Georgia in 1979. Played college football, first at Jones County Junior College, before starring at the University of Louisville, where he posted consecutive 1,000-yard receiving seasons. Sorry, I lost my space there. And earned all conference honors. Branch was selected by the Patriots in the second round of the 2002 draft, beginning a career that would see him become one of the team's most reliable receivers despite questions about his size entering the league. Branch quickly made an impact in New England. Over his first 4 seasons with the Patriots, he became a key part of their offense, helped the team to 2 Super Bowl championships. His performance in Super Bowl 39 was historic, with 11 passes for 111 catches, for 133 yards, tying a then Super Bowl record and earning Most Valuable Player honors, the first wide receiver to be named Super Bowl MVP since 1989. After his early success in New England, Branch's career took him to the Seattle Seahawks from 2006 to 2010, following a high-profile contract dispute and trade. Later returned to the Patriots for a second stint before finishing his playing days with the Indianapolis Colts in 2013. Over the course of his NFL career, he accumulated 518 receptions for a total of 6,644 yards and 39 touchdowns, marking a productive and consistent body of work at the professional level. Since retiring as a player, Branch has stayed active in football. Notably, he joined the University of Louisville's coaching staff, including serving as interim head coach, most recently being promoted to wide receivers coach, bringing his championship experience to his alma mater to mentor the next generation of players. I'm Paul, the Saints fan.
I'm Brendan, the Cowboys fan.
We're your host, Izzy. Tell him what time it is.
Yeah, that's it. It's go time. Let's see you lift that.
Mr. Mandelbaum, please.
It's go time.
This one's for you, Pop. It's go time.
It's go time.
You've been married 3 times.
That's it! It's go time!
It's go time.
All right. We'll get into the preview of the Super Bowl 60 coming up this week. We'll talk about some other things too. But first, a few housekeeping items. If you want to contact the show, email at blessthemboys@gmail.com. Nothing from Donnie this week. I guess he's on a hiatus for a little while. He's licking his wounds from losing to the Patriots and losing a couple of his coaches to other teams. We are on Twitter. You can check us out at bless_them_boys. I'm at Paul Elliott _316. Brandon is at Ball from Grace. Still in Blue Sky, but just not in spirit, not in
we're not skiing.
Not in reality.
We're it's I guess it's no nut January.
Easy. Easy.
We're not skeeting over. We're not skeeting at the moment. We're practicing abstinence, much like
there you go.
Like George.
There you go.
We're in a contest on Blue Sky. We've not.
We are masters of our own domain.
Yes.
If you are checking us out here on YouTube Live, apologies first of all for those references, but secondly, thank you. While you're here, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. Also, if you're with us in the chat, drop your predictions for Super Bowl 60. Let us know who you think is gonna take home the Lombardi this weekend. You can also check us out Spotify and Apple. You can listen to the podcast on YouTube afterwards as well. Like, share, subscribe, leave a rating and review. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell the bots. We will get to Super Bowl 60 and all the game, some of the other side wagers that you could maybe make this weekend. A plethora of what do they call it? Prop bets.
Prop bets. Yeah, I've got a few of them lined up for us to go through tonight, Paul. So I've got some links in the show notes so that we can
cool
in our spreadsheet document.
In the rundown.
So,
in the rundown.
Yeah. So
okay,
we'll have some stuff.
Well, I can't wait for that. But first, we at Bless Them Boys pride ourselves on being able to discuss other things.
But enough about fish. I can discuss other things, you know.
All right, Brandon. What you get up to this week? I don't think you and I watched any common movies this week.
We did not.
Maybe that'll be something. Maybe that'll be something for the off season. We can try to work on that.
I think so. And then there was we do have the one show that I did challenge you to watch. So maybe you can find something for me as well. But I think that's a good idea, especially since I think City of God went well. Maybe we can find something else on that New York Times Top 100 that we've been talking about. Huh. So maybe we can go through some of those. Yeah. So I did not watch much this weekend because so Friday afternoon and Saturday all day I was at Rice for this is the second year they've done it, but it's the American Soccer Insights Summit, so ASI, but it's run by, I think the school puts it on, but there's also some people involved at Rice, some local people in Houston that help to put it on, but they just bring in people who are doing like research, developing, whether it's research about some of the stuff that they can do with tracking data, some of the stats that people are doing to kind of like better understand the game. So they had people come in and give presentations. They had some students present their work. It was really cool. It's kind of a fairly small conference. And so like I was kind of hanging out with people who do a lot of the work for the analytics on the U.S. national team. So like the men and women's team, they're doing a lot of the game breakdowns and giving things to the coaches. They had people from Arsenal. Are you familiar? Do you know who Arsenal is? You may have heard of them from. Yeah. So there were a lot of people from Arsenal. Actually, they seem like they have a lot of people that work remotely in the States. So there were a lot of people there. One guy who worked for the Brewers was there. Some guys from some places that do analytics for a lot of different sports. Big League Advantage was one of them that I remember talking to. Teamworks was another. Probably one of my favorite talks that I saw was a guy who works for, I can't remember the name of the organization, but I think it's like Maple Leaf Entertainment. But they have it's an analytics department that works with all of the teams in Toronto, basically, except for I think the Blue Jays are only partially owned by them, so they're not under the umbrella yet. But they do analytics for like the Raptors, the Maple Leafs, Toronto FC, and then the Argonauts, which are the CFL team. Oh, okay. And so he had this he showed some of the tracking data that they have in the NBA, and it was really kind of unreal to see because they have like dots on all the players, like at all their joints and stuff. And when you you can animate it because it's like 30 frames it's like 60 frames a second or something. And so you can basically see the players moving on the dots, like their whole body is moving. So he showed some of that. And then we had some, there was a happy hour stuff after each day. And so I talked to him on Saturday night and kind of picked his brain about some of the stuff that they're doing there. So it was really interesting. And because there's so many, it's not like a huge conference. You kind of get to interact with the people and kind of pick their brains about stuff. So it was really interesting. It was a lot of fun. So that was most of my weekend. yesterday, was it yesterday or Sunday night? We did finish Wednesday. We watched the last episode of Wednesday for season 1.
I would say season 1.
Yeah, season 1. So we haven't done season 2 yet. And then I watched a little bit of soccer, but like I said, soccer was over the weekend, so didn't have a lot of time to kind of watch too much there. What about you, Paul?
Yeah. So my oldest daughter had she's on the robotics team at her school, and they had a little competition on Saturday.
It's not like so those things, they're just building it to do certain tasks, right? It's not like BattleBots where it's not like
Correct.
BattleBots
Correct.
where they're fighting each other.
Yeah, that which is what I thought it was at first. And I'm like, so my daughter's in 6th grade, and when she started middle school, this club was kind of presented as like a Lego club, and she loves Legos.
Oh,
So, but she enjoyed her time. This event was not very well explained. So I showed up. So they told us we had to drop her off at like 8:00. Okay, fine. When I dropped her off, I asked her teacher, her coach, whatever you want to call it. I said, okay, so what's the schedule? Like, so they're like, well, her first match probably won't be till like 9:40. Now the school's like right down the street from our house. So I was like, all right, cool. So I went, grabbed breakfast, brought it back to because my wife was staying home with my other 2 kids, and then, and then I said, okay, well, I'll come back. I'll be back for. Well, it turns out the match at 9:40 was like a practice match. Didn't even count. And yeah, to your point, they're building these robots to like perform certain tasks, but like they're on the gym floor, and what happens is the parents will like stand on the floor in front of the table. So if you're standing on the bleachers, I mean, it's kind of hard to see. So it's hard to like, and so basically they did that, and then they ended up doing like 3 rounds of match. And it's not like a competition where they're like the 2 people next to each other are competing against each other. You're basically trying to accumulate points, and then how many points, whoever has the most points at the end of the day, they win, I guess. But she seemed to have a good time at least. So it was.
that's good.
Yeah. So that was basically my Saturday. But yeah, so a couple of things I watched over the weekend. New Marvel show, Wonder Man. It's on Disney Plus. All episodes are on Disney Plus. They dropped them all at once.
Does he fly in an invisible plane?
No. It's actually, I was kind of surprised. If it had not been advertised as a Marvel show, you kind of almost would forget it was a Marvel show. It's very low key on the like superhero stuff. It's a little more. There's a lot more character development. Ben Kingsley is in the show. If you've seen Iron Man 3 and you're familiar with the Mandarin character that Ben Kingsley plays in that movie, he's basically reprising that role. And then, I don't know. I'm not gonna remember the lead actor's name, but he's fantastic. He was in the Watchmen miniseries that was on HBO a couple years ago. Yaha Abdul Mateen, I believe is his name. But very, very good. And like I said, it's a very good show. So if you've seen some Marvel stuff and you're kind of, because that's where I was like, I don't know if I really want to, but give it a couple episodes. It's 8 episodes. The episodes are they're only like 30 minutes each, so it's not like a ton of time to commit to it. But yeah, give it a watch. It's good. It's a good watch. From 2025, a little catch up here. I watched If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, which is a movie that Rose Byrne, the lead actress, has been nominated for Best Actress at the Oscars for. Very interesting movie. Very, very well done movie. Very
Is she
movie.
is she like an amputee?
No.
Okay.
I honestly don't know. You bring up a good point because, like, the title, I don't know what they were going for the title. So she plays she's a mother whose child, she has a daughter who has a condition, a medical condition that requires her to have a feeding tube. And towards the beginning of the film, there is an incident at their home that makes their home unlivable. So they have to move into a motel for a indeterminate amount of time. On top of that, her husband is a sailor in the Navy, I believe. So he is out. Yeah, he's out at sea, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's trying to deal with all that. You find out that not only is she in therapy, and her therapist is played by Conan O'Brien, which is like, I was like, I don't know how this is going to work, but it worked perfectly. Like, the casting was perfect. But then you find out not only is she in therapy and Conan O'Brien is her therapist, she actually is also a therapist at this practice. So, like, Conan O'Brien is also her kind of like
coworker
mentor / colleague. Yeah, it's and so she's dealing with all these things at the same time. And what I find most interesting about it is the way they shoot the movie. Is a lot of it is just on her a lot of the time, on Rose Byrne's character. I also watched an interview with Mary Borenstein. I hope I get that right. The director.
Okay.
I think it's Borenstein is her last name. But fascinating. This is one of her first movies. I think she's done a couple other little things, but this is kind of her first big film. And it was very interesting to hear. She also wrote the script or the screenplay, and it kind of came from a somewhat personal experience that she had. So I would definitely recommend. The movie's on HBO Max now, so you can check it out there. And I would definitely, if you can find an interview with the director or with Rose Byrne, I would definitely recommend checking that out. Okay. The Denzel Challenge, the Cinechumps Challenge. This week it was a little bit lighter work. I know last week.
I was going to ask how what we need to start rating these on a difficulty scale, like 1 to 10.
So this one was probably, I don't know if it was the easiest one, but it was one of the easier ones. So now it was easy, but it could have been more complicated. Let me explain. So the prompt for week 6 was major anniversary, and they defined a major anniversary as the 10th, 25th, 50th, 75th, or 100th anniversary. They specifically listed those years.
So you couldn't do 5.
You couldn't do 5, couldn't do 20, couldn't do 30. It was 10th, 25th, 50th, 75th, 100th. So obviously 100th, 75th, and 50th are out because Denzel hasn't been around that long. So 25th anniversary. So obviously we're in the year 2026. So you go back 25 years, 2001. It's a pretty big movie for Denzel, which is Training Day.
Mm-hmm.
And then 10-year anniversary, if you go back 10 years to 2016, 2 movies, The Magnificent Seven remake, and the movie that I ended up choosing, which is Fences, which is an adaptation. It's actually also directed by Denzel, so it's the first movie in this series that I've watched that he actually also directed. It's based on a play by August Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Denzel plays the lead role. Viola Davis plays his wife. Denzel is fantastic, but Viola Davis really steals the show, as she actually won an Oscar for supporting actress for this role. It's very much shot, and it feels like a play, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It just
feels like self-contained, basically, like kind of within like a
feels very self-contained, very self-contained. It's based on so Denzel plays a 1950s man in Pittsburgh who he is he's had some some struggles in his life, and he is working as a garbage pickup person. But he kind of is lamenting about what his life could have been. He was a former Negro League baseball player who didn't make it as far as he would have liked, and has opinions about why he didn't make it as far as he would have liked. And he has a son. So he and Viola Davis have a son who is like high school age, who's a football player who might be getting recruited, and Denzel's kind of what's the word? I want to say holding back his son, but it's kind of like it's almost like it could come across as like he's jealous of what his, instead of like the parent who lives vicariously through their kid, he's kind of like,
well, if I didn't get this, then you
right.
didn't. You don't get to either.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. And then he has another son through another marriage who's a musician. I apologize, I don't remember the actor who plays him, but very, very powerful movie. I watched it. It's on Paramount Plus is how I watched it. So highly recommend. It's probably, of the movies I've watched so far, it's probably this one or Mississippi Masala, probably the two best by far. So that's what I went with. But I mentioned, had I been doing this last year in 2025, I really would have only had one choice for movie. It would have been Remember the Titans, because Denzel didn't have any movies in 2015. Remember the Titans came out in 2000, so that would have been, which not a bad movie. Don't get me wrong.
Great movie. Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So young.
Absolutely. Pre-Heroes. Before she was the.
Has she been in anything lately?
Oh gosh. The last thing I remember her in was Heroes. Save the Cheerleader, Save the World.
She was in Nashville too, which I don't know if you saw any of that. Which I think that was slightly after Heroes.
It was. Yeah, that's definitely more recent. Hayden Panettiere. So if you search Hayden on IMDb, Hayden Christensen is the first one that comes up for reference. Oh, the Scream movies. That's right. She was in the new Scream movies.
Oh, I haven't seen the new ones.
Yeah, she's in the more recent ones. She plays. She's one of like the newer generation of cast. So I forget. She is related, I think, to the previous cast somehow, but I can't remember.
Okay.
I watched them all last year for Halloween. All right, so another week down on the Denzel Challenge. I thought about, we're talking about things we could do during the off season. I thought about trying to watch at least one film every week that has a Seinfeld connection somehow. Now, this week, this one actually caught me off guard. So I was watching. Have you seen the movie You've Got Mail?
A long time ago
with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. So obviously this is a 1998 film, 5 years after they did Sleepless in Seattle together. This is kind of the more modern version of that story where they are emailing back and forth. They don't know who each other is. Turns out that Tom Hanks is the guy trying to put Meg Ryan's bookstore out of business. And
there's also an adult film sequel, You've Got Male Genitalia.
Yeah, I would imagine.
That's from that. I won't take credit for that joke. It's from Family Guy.
It sounds like it. But so I'm watching the movie, and all of a sudden there's a moment where Meg Ryan's doing like a book signing, or she's at her store, and someone walks in and starts talking to her, and I'm like, oh wait, I know that voice. Why do I know that voice? And then I look, and it's Vianne Cox, who folks who listen to the show should know her voice because we play a clip of her fairly regularly, and she's really, really great.
Really great. Really, really great.
Yeah, like the minute she started talking, I was like, oh my God, that's Toby. And so she is she plays author who who like
this
comes
after
to
she-
make.
Was this after she lost the toe?
Yes, this is after lost the toe. Yeah, 98 was actually the year Seinfeld went off the air. That's the year that the finale aired. And I don't remember when You've Got Mail came out, if it was towards the end of the year or towards the beginning. But yeah, so yeah, obviously there are a lot of films that have Seinfeld connections. Shout out to I meant to mark down the name, but I can't. Somebody on Letterboxd created a list, and the name of the list is "You Were Making Out During Schindler's List," and it's all the movies, all the real movies that have been referenced in some way
So
in Seinfeld. So like
So no
Schindler's
pro-
List.
no prognosis negative or sack lunch.
Yeah, so unfortunately, you can't. I don't think you can create fake movies, quote unquote, in Letterboxd.
Mm.
Like you can't make sack lunch. Like you can't like you know. It'd be cool if you could, but
I wonder if you could
yeah.
get like a sack lunch poster, like a movie poster.
I
Like
mean,
a fake one.
they've got to be, somebody's got to be able to do it. I mean, you would think. And then finally, I did want to mention real quick, we did have a loss in the movie world on Friday this past week. The great Catherine O'Hara, who a lot of people probably know as Mrs. McAllister from Home Alone. That was probably my first reference point for her. But obviously, she's been in most of all the Christopher Guest movies, Mighty Wind, Best in Show. She was also in. Obviously, she had a kind of a resurgence with Schitt's Creek. Which did you ever watch Schitt's Creek?
I watched a little of it. I couldn't get into it. It felt like kind of a like Temu Arrested Development.
Okay.
That's. Did you watch Arrested Development?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while. I even watched the newer season that came on Netflix, like the one that came whenever that was. But yeah, no, it's I definitely watched it. But yeah, so in honor of Catherine O'Hara, I watched one of her other roles that she was known for was Beetlejuice. So I watched that. I still haven't seen the sequel, Beetlejuice. So I probably need to watch.
She was also in. So did you ever? She was in both the movie and TV version of Series of Unfortunate Events, which is based on the Lemony Snicket like children's books.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I think she's the judge in the movie, and then in the TV show, I think she is the optometrist, the lady who like in like The Miserable Mill is the name of the episodes. She's in that.
So I definitely saw the movie Lemony Snicket series of unfortunate events not when it came out in theaters, but fairly shortly after
With Jim Carrey.
With Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey is very good in that role too.
But yeah, Catherine O'Hara, wonderful. If you haven't seen, if I was going to recommend one thing for anybody to watch, if you haven't seen it, Best in Show. I think it's on Netflix, right? I think they put it on Netflix upon the news of her passing. I've probably talked about Best in Show on this show because I know I've watched it for the first time within the last year or so. It's about dog groomer, like people who bring their dogs to these dog shows, and she and Eugene Levy play this couple who have a champion dog, and she is designated as the person who's gonna walk the dog around, when they for the competition,
right?
And they're backstage, and she has a fall, and she tries to get up, and when she gets up, her like physical comedy, it was one of the funniest things I've seen, because like she gets up and she almost like does the stanky leg, like it's just like it's so like just check it out if you haven't seen it. And she's she was just a wonderful actress. Our well wishes to her and to her family. So it was really emotional. I don't know if you saw Macaulay Culkin's tribute to her. He posted something on Instagram about and still called her mom. Like so. So all the best to Catherine O'Hara. So try to check out some of her movies if you can. Home Alone. I just watched it for Christmas. Watched both of them. The first two. I don't.
We watched the second one this Christmas, which I think. So. Which one do you like better, the original or the second one? As a kid, I always liked the second one.
Yeah, so I probably would stick with the original. My oldest loves the second one, specifically Pesci standing straight up in the toilet when his head catches on fire, and yeah. I love. Is it the second one where they're climbing down the rope and said, "Are you wearing aftershave?"
It smells like kerosene or something like that.
The rope is soaked in it. Who would soak a rope in kerosene? Hello. Go back. All the best to Catherine O'Hara. Anything else want to chat about? Yeah, we'll maybe we can come up with something to. I didn't want to say. I know you tasked me with Suburgatory. I haven't checked it out yet. It is on Tubi. It's coming on Netflix next week, so not this Friday, but the following.
Yeah, it'd probably be easier for you to just wait because then you don't have to deal with because Tubi has ads, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does. Now I forgot on my computer, so not on my phone or my tablet, but on my computer, I downloaded an extension on Chrome that removes ads from Tubi, but what it really does is it just speeds up through them. So I watched something on Tubi the other day on my laptop, and it got to the ads because for those that haven't watched Tubi, you'll be watching your movie, and then at the bottom right it'll say ad break coming in, 4, 3, 2, whatever, and then the ad plays. Well, on my laptop, because I have this extension, it basically just fast forwards through the ads, and then it comes back to your movie, it goes back to regular speed. So I'm not a big I've gotten spoiled with Netflix and all these other services where I don't have ads. So
I did add. We got signed up for. We're just going to do a month of Peacock, so we can do all the Olympics at all times, anytime, because then you can watch it live without.
You can watch the Super Bowl too on Peacock if you want. By the way, your boy Jake Ferguson just scored a touchdown in the Pro Bowl games here.
Oh, the other thing, I did listen to a couple more Kanye albums. I listened to, I think they were put out together because came out at the same time. It was Ye and Kids See Ghosts. Ye was fine. Ye was they're both pretty short. I think they're 23 minutes each. Ye was fine. It wasn't anything special, but it wasn't terrible. Kids See Ghosts is a must miss. So I would skip that one.
It's not it's more of a Gene pick, not a
Vincent. It is a Gene pick. I'm Gene.
All right, buddy. You want to get into some football talk here? So we'll do a little bit of news and notes, I guess we'll call it, since we're in the kind of transitioning into the non-playing season here. Anything college football related? I don't think.
No, I don't. I haven't. I mean, I will say, I think I finally got just in time for March Madness. I got my basketball website because I've been working with this thing called a GitHub Action, so it should run my scripts and update the numbers every day. It's been hitting a snag. It'll hit I'll get a little farther each day, and then I'll hit a snag for something else, and then I'll fix that. And so finally today, it ran through the men's basketball thing all the way through. I added the women's basketball scripts this afternoon. So tomorrow morning it should run both of them and then update. And so hopefully hopefully I didn't break anything else when I tried to update it, but it should be ready.
Back in business.
Should be back in business. So for getting ready for March Madness there.
I did want to say on college football today, as we're recording this on Tuesday, February 3rd, they did come out with the schedule for the next 2 college football playoffs. And the thing of note is that they are putting a 2-week gap between the first round of the college football playoff and the second round. So basically the week that now they play the championship, that's basically now the semifinals. And then the championship's going to be later in the month. The other thing for this coming year, for 2026, they're going to play one game on the 30th of December. I can't remember which bowl it is. They will not play any games on New Year's Eve because New Year's Eve this year is a Thursday. So it's possible that the NFL is going to have games on that day, or at least one game on that day.
Mm-hmm.
So college football they're going to abstain, I guess, from they might have bowl games, bowl games, but
they know they're going to lose money if they put
right. So they'll have for the 4 semifinal games, one will be on the 30th, and then the other 3 will be, or I guess quarterfinal games. One will be on the 30th, and the other 3 will be on New Year's Day, which makes sense.
Right.
So yeah, with that, and actually, I meant to. We could talk about this when we get to the NFL, but I do want to talk a little bit about scheduling because we do have some international scheduling to talk about. But first, so anything else college football? I can't really think of anything else.
No, let's get to the NFL.
All right, so before we get to the scheduling stuff, because one of our teams is impacted by these international games, but I do want to mention, so we have now filled 10 head coaching jobs in the NFL. So I'll just run through them real quick. So the Buffalo Bills hired Joe Brady, or I guess promoted Joe Brady from offensive coordinator. The Cleveland Browns hired Todd Monken, who's formerly with the Ravens as offensive coordinator. The Cardinals hired the brother of Matt LaFleur, Mike LaFleur, who was with the Rams as their offensive coordinator. The Dolphins hired former Packers defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley. The Falcons hired former Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski. The Giants, one of Brandon's favorite teams, hired John Harbaugh as their head coach.
Who's really making some great hires so far with
we'll talk about the OCs here in a second, but so Harbaugh goes to the Giants. It looks like this is not official, but it looks like Trang's beloved Seahawks are going to lose Clint Kubiak. Once the Super Bowl is over, he will become the Raiders head coach, which makes sense. I mean, we kind of that looked like where it was going. So that they can't finalize a deal till after the Super Bowl, but I guess they at least agreed. So this is not like Kellen Moore last year, where like the Saints literally could not talk to Kellen Moore until after the Super Bowl. Here, it looked like the Seahawks maybe and the Raiders came to kind of an agreement, a gentleman's agreement, where Kubiak could interview, do that stuff. So that's, again, not official, but it looks pretty official. The Ravens hired Jesse Minter, who was the Chargers defensive coordinator. Your boy, Mike McCarthy, got his new job in Pittsburgh, in his hometown, as the head coach. And finally, the Titans hired Robert Saleh, the former Jets head coach.
My take on the Mike McCarthy hire is the Steelers really want to get rid of Aaron Rodgers.
Well, yeah. Well, my take is Mike McCarthy's trying to purge the Saints coaching staff. I don't know if you've kept up with this, but two of the interviews that he had for the offensive coordinator job, one was Scott Tolzien.
J.R.R. Tolzien.
I think we've had this discussion before. Is he a Saints Cowboys? Is he a patron Saint Cowboy or no? for coaching, but not player, right?
I think so. I don't think he ever played for Dallas.
But he coached. Did he coach for Dallas?
He was like I think he was like a quarterback's coach. I think he worked under Kellen Moore.
That's probably where Kellen. Yeah, that's where he came from. So
go look at this. You
Scott Tolzien, who's the quarterback coach for the Saints, and then Chase Hazlitt, the son of Jim Hazlitt, who's the tight ends coach, both interviewed for the Steelers OC job. Both decided to stay with the Saints, which is good news for the Saints. Chase Hazlitt, again, son of Jim Hazlitt. Jim Hazlitt, once upon a time, hired Mike McCarthy as his offensive coordinator for the Saints way back when, going back 25 years probably, or more than that. But so they both stay with the Saints, which is good news, I think, for Tyler Shuck. So the Saints so far have not lost any stat. But, I think it's good to see, as if you're a Saints fan, two things. Good to see that your coaches are wanted, and it's even better to see that they want to stay, that they want to stick around and help build what's going on here, what's going on with the team.
So Tolzien was a coaching assistant with Dallas from 20 to 22, and then got promoted to quarterbacks coach in 23-24. So he was there when Kellen was there.
Okay, so that's probably where they developed their relationship. All right, so talk a little bit about some other moves here. So starting with Buffalo, so they obviously Joe Brady's the new offensive coordinator, the new head coach. He hired as his offensive coordinator. I found this quite interesting. Pete Carmichael, who longtime Saints offensive coordinator under Sean Payton, was an offensive assistant with the Broncos under Sean Payton, and now goes to Buffalo under Joe Brady. Now, obviously, Brady was on the Saints staff once upon a time, so obviously they have that relationship. So I just found that interesting. The Broncos went ahead and promoted Davis Webb, who was their quarterback coach. He is now their offensive coordinator. Joe Lombardi was shown the door. Being offensive coordinator for Denver, I mean, Peyton calls all the plays, so don't know exactly how much of that is. I think they really just wanted to keep Davis Webb. He had a lot of interest from
he seems
the Raiders
one of those,
specifically.
He seems like one of those guys who is going to be like he will eventually get a shot.
Yeah, he absolutely will. So the Bills have that. I don't think they've hired a defensive coordinator yet. The Bills, I think they're still the Browns. Obviously, with Todd Monken, I don't think they've hired. Did they hire an offensive? I don't think they hired an offensive coordinator. They're still interviewing.
Cardinals, their defensive coordinator situation.
Well, that's true.
Seems like it's going splendidly.
We should mention that. So apparently, the finalists were Todd Monken and then Jim Schwartz, who was the defensive coordinator. And for a while, it just seemed like they were going to promote Jim Schwartz because, candidly, nobody else wanted to be the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. And who could blame them? Then they decide Todd Monken's going to be the guy. Jim Schwartz gets his panties in a bunch over that, and and so basically he does the Costanza. He's like, "All right, I'm quitting. I'm out of here."
Do you think he'll show up on Monday and act like he never walked out? You think that's in the cards?
Maybe. I don't know. I did see an interesting somebody. I don't know if it was a Browns. Someone who covers the Browns, but somebody said, well, why don't they just be co-head coaches? Like Monken's the offensive guy, Schwartz is a defensive guy. Like,
I like this idea.
Yeah, I like this idea. I mean,
he's still under contract too. Is the other thing?
That's like, right.
If somebody's gonna go get him,
because I've heard. I mean, obviously, other teams would be interested in him. Like the Cowboys were probably interested in Jim Schwartz as defensive coordinator. I think the Eagles, because the scuttlebutt with Philadelphia right now is that Vic Fangio might retire, and if that happens, then obviously the Eagles are going to be interested in somebody like Jim Schwartz, possibly.
Former Eagle defensive coordinator,
right?
Jim Schwartz.
Right, Jim Schwartz, yeah, absolutely. So, but to your point, if he's under contract with Cleveland, then it becomes a trade almost. I think it's a
Yeah, you have to. You're gonna have to give him.
Like,
You're gonna have to give up
Yeah.
some sort of compensation if they don't want to let him out of the contract.
Cardinals. Yeah, say Mike LaFleur. He's still looking for his assistance. The Dolphins. They did hire an offensive coordinator, and it's Bobby Slowick, the former Houston offensive coordinator. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, so you had a defensive head coach in Houston, D'Amico Ryans, with Bobby Slowick as your offensive coordinator. Didn't work out. Now in Miami, you've got a defensive head coach, Jeff Hafley, hiring Bobby Slowick as his offensive coordinator. Oof, I don't know, buddy.
He couldn't do anything with CJ Stroud, so what's he gonna do? What's he gonna be able to do with Tua over there?
I
would say in the if we're having a competition, if we're trying to compare Mike McDaniel versus Bobby Slowick, I know who I think is probably the better offensive mind there. Mike McDaniel had kind of reached the end of his rope with Tua. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if I trust Bobby Slowick to kind of take him to the next steps over here.
Yeah,
So,
I agree with you. I was trying to find. I found a tweet earlier where somebody kind of ran down all the offensive coordinator. You mentioned Mike McDaniel. I think we talked about this last week. He is now the Chargers offensive coordinator, teaming up with Jim Harbaugh. Let me see what else we got. So the Falcons, they hired Stefanski as their head coach. Stefanski's probably going to be the play caller, but they did hire Tommy Rees as their offensive coordinator. He was with Stefanski in Cleveland, so that makes sense. They retained Jeff Ulbrich as their defensive coordinator, the Falcons, that is. So that's that. The Giants, so kind of an interesting domino effect here. So Todd Monken was the presumptive favorite to be offensive coordinator for the Giants, but then he takes the Cleveland head coaching job. So John Harbaugh pivots and hires Matt Nagy, who got soft fired in Kansas City, kind of.
Yeah, that's a good sign for your new offensive coordinators that the Chiefs were just like, yeah, let's kind of get rid of this guy. Good.
That's.
Best of luck to you, Mr. Nagy. Thanks for everything you've done for the organization.
Yeah. So Harbaugh and Nagy's connection, I guess, is they both worked under Andy Reid at one point. So I guess that's kind of where they would know each other from. The Raiders, Kubiak's probably going to take a little while. I did hear, actually, we talked about this guy last week. Who was the defensive coordinator for Seattle that was with Dallas?
Aden Dirty.
Yes, I think he is going to follow Kubiak to Vegas to be the defensive coordinator. That's what I read. I don't know if that's
interesting because this would be his chance to call, because he's kind of worked himself up. Because when he was with Dallas, he was like the defensive line coach and has sort of worked himself up. This year, he's under McDonald, not calling plays, but now. If he goes with Kubiak, he'll have a chance to kind of move up the ladder. And that's the other thing. I think so I think one of the things that people look for, like in head coaching candidates, and some guys kind of like you end up waiting a little bit. Like Nathan Schillhouse, people have a lot of respect for, but he's not calling plays under McVay. So there's that. And I think a lot of people were worried with what after like Clayton Adams. Like very clearly when he came to Dallas, like you could see what happened with Dallas's run game and their sort of offensive system in Dallas, like how much better it got. And part of that obviously is the George Pickens trade, but also what happened to the Cardinals after he left. And I think people in Dallas kind of got, like Dallas fans got a little worried that he was going to like immediately get head coaching interviews. But I think the fact that he hasn't called plays yet, like he's probably going to need a couple more seasons before people actually start thinking of him as an actual head coaching candidate. So I think that's, I mean, good for Dirty because
I don't know if that's for sure, but that's something I read, which would make sense. I mean, to your point. So kind of following that same, talking about getting a chance to call plays, the Ravens, so they obviously Jesse Minter's new head coach. they bring back Anthony Weaver, who was with the Ravens as a defensive assistant once upon a time, was with Miami as their defensive coordinator. He is now the Ravens defensive coordinator, but they hired Declan Doyle as their offensive coordinator, who was with the Saints once upon a time under Sean Payton. Most recently, he was the offensive coordinator for the Bears. Now, again, not calling plays with the Bears. Ben Johnson was calling the plays. So now Declan Doyle gets that chance with the Ravens. Obviously, with Lamar, that can be maybe a springboard for Declan Doyle to be.
Do you think he's related? Do you think he's related to Arthur Conan Doyle?
Sure, why not?
You know,
might as well be.
This reminds me. So,
oh man,
do you remember there is what's his first name? Baseball player.
Mm-hmm. While you're looking, go ahead. While you're looking that up,
David. So David Dahl, last name Dahl.
Yeah.
So when there was like free agency or something happening, I asked one of the guy who covered the Rangers for The Athletic. I said, hey, do you know if David Dahl is related to Roald Dahl? And he said, hey, if he signs with the Rangers, I'll ask him. Well, I think he didn't think that he was going to sign with the Rangers because then he finally was like, I like kept pounding. I was like, so when do we find out? When do we find out? And he's like, dude, I'm too embarrassed to ask that question. I was like, oh, come on, man.
I thought you were gonna say you asked him, is he related to Roald Dahl? And the guy was like, who's Roald Dahl?
Oh no. I was like, you got to ask him, and then he never did it for me.
Okay, so that's the Ravens. Steelers, Mike McCarthy's still looking for an offensive coordinator. I don't think he's hired a defensive coordinator yet.
I don't think so. Did you see how excited he was when he got to the introductory press conference?
Well, I mean, he was a bit emotional. Yeah, I mean,
he grew up there. Like he was.
Yeah.
Like that's his,
and it's
that's got to be his dream job, right?
Exactly. And it's very not unsteeler like to hire a guy in his 60s. My guess is McCarthy's he's going to coach 5-10 years there at most. Now, I would think they would want to hire someone young, like a young offensive coordinator who potentially could just move into the head coaching job if, once McCarthy decides to move on.
And I will say the Athletic Football Podcast, I think the way that they characterize it is like Mike McCarthy is not like a bumbling idiot when it comes to like being a coach. He's like, he's going to give you some level of competence, but it's kind of a very like if you're going to move away from Tomlin, who is kind of keeping you in the we're going to win 9 to 11 games every year and get into the playoffs, and then probably most likely get our teeth kicked in. Like this hire is a little bit uninspired from that standpoint.
Yeah. You know what he's going to raise your floor, but your ceiling is not going to be that high, I would say.
Right. Exactly.
But think about the 3 head coaching jobs Mike McCarthy has had: Packers, Cowboys, Steelers. Like that's pretty.
That's all 3. Cool. I mean, if he coached for the Niners, well, I guess he coached with the Niners, didn't he? Wasn't he like?
Yeah, I think he was. Like under Mariucci maybe. When
he was. I think he was there at some point. So he's coached for all the historic teams in the league, right?
Yeah, it's
quite a resume.
It's quite a resume. And then the Titans, who've quietly put together a pretty decent coaching staff. So obviously Saleh's the head coach, Brian Daboll, offensive coordinator, and then yesterday or the day before it was announced Gus Bradley, the former Seahawk head coach, they're going to be their defensive coordinator. Now Saleh and Bradley were together with San Francisco this past season, so that's kind of where that relationship comes from. And then they also hired as their special teams coach John Fossil. Jim Fossil was the Giants head coach, right? And then
So John
is-
Fossil was with the Cowboys, by the way.
right.
And I
So
think
John Fossil, yeah.
was John Fossil with the No, he was with the Rams before I think the Cowboys brought him
Yeah.
over.
So, like I said, kind of quietly putting together. So Tennessee, I think, is off to a pretty good start to the offseason. With I mean, you basically have.
Oh, so they're just retaining John Fossil. He's already
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you have three guys: your head coach, your offensive coordinator, and your defensive coordinator have all been head coaches other places, which I think is good. I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing. We'll see what other, hires they make. Obviously, I think they have a pretty good amount of cap space and pretty good draft capital. So we'll see what they put around Cam Ward, or with Saleh as the head coach. Maybe they go defense in the first round. They do have, I think, the number 4 pick in the draft. So interesting to see. Tennessee's going to be an interesting team to kind of see. They're in a not an easy division, I'd say, with Houston and Jacksonville and Indianapolis. But I'm curious to see what they.
I'm a little bit surprised that they're bringing in Gus Bradley in, because I think Gus Bradley was kind of a disciple of like the cover 3 sort of Legion of Boom style coverage, but Saleh in San Francisco runs more of the like Fangio cover 2, cover 4, like the quarters stuff. So I'm curious to how that works. Well,
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I completely forgot on Buffalo. They hired. They also took Jim Leonard from Denver.
From Donnie.
So
Donnie's not a Bills fan right now.
Yeah. So Joe Brady, head coach, Pete Carmichael, your offensive coordinator, Jim Leonard, your defensive coordinator for Buffalo now. The Saints did lose a coach to the Steelers, and that's Jari Evans, who on Thursday night, hopefully maybe hear his name called for Hall of Fame. But he is going to be the Steelers' offensive or assistant offensive line coach. He played under McCarthy his last season in the NFL with the Packers. So
I bet that was quite jarring to you.
It was. I'm going to take a quick break here, buddy, if you want to.
Sure, I'll do some camping.
Camp? You want to camp for me?
Oh, did you watch any of the Grammys?
No.
Oh, well, we'll catch up on the Grammys when you get back. Let me check. Let's check some college basketball scores, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who we got in action tonight. Good question. My computer doesn't want to load. So right now we got St. John's leading DePaul 46-37. Virginia, number 18 ranked, leading Pittsburgh 22-14. That is early in the first. St. Louis trailing Davidson 30-23 in Davidson. Games that have gone final. Duke beat Boston College to move to 21-1. They win 67-49 at Cameron. UConn 22-1 right now, 92-60 over Xavier. Miami, Ohio wins a close one, 73-71. They are 23-0 right now, undefeated. So we got some teams racking up some wins right now. I think Arizona might also still be undefeated. Tennessee also 16-6. They knock off Ole Miss 84-66. That's it for men's basketball action. So no Grammys for you. Did you?
No, but I will say real quick on college basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I have not been keeping up with that either. But on Rich Eisen's show, they did an overreaction segment, and the prompt was either the men's or women's national champion in basketball this year will have less losses than both the Patriots and Seahawks. And the Patriots and Seahawks both lost 3 games, I think, this season. So that's when I learned, like you were talking about. I think Miami, Ohio's undefeated, Arizona's undefeated. Michigan only has like 2 losses.
I think Michigan has 1 loss right now.
Yeah, 1 or 2 losses. So
Duke only has 1 loss. Duke only has 1 loss right now. Like there's some like really, really good teams like out there this year. Like it's been a very there's been a couple some teams that have like really separated themselves at the top. So you didn't watch the Grammys? Did you see Chapel Roan and her? She had them out.
I did. I am aware of that.
I believe I see that's a nipple.
It's get a good look, Costanza.
What is it? What is it? If you had to describe her to a police sketch artist,
They'd pick her up. They'd pick her up in about
5 minutes.
about 5 minutes. Ray, real quick. Sorry, not to derail your Grammy talk. We got to talk about this Hall of Fame thing with Belichick.
Well, we talked about it last week.
Did we? Okay,
we did. I think it came out. I think it came out like right before.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So I came up with an analogy, and just bear with me for a second here. So there was a show, a popular show in the 80s that's hard to talk about now because of things that have come out over the last 30 years. But the Cosby Show.
Oh yeah.
There was an episode of the Cosby Show.
So let's just go ahead and say that show's funny, okay? Like regardless
it is. It's gotten to the point now where it's like it's kind of hilarious that the best coach in the history of the NFL is not a Hall of Famer on the first ballot because of reasons. But I was reminded of this episode of the Cosby Show, and I want to say it's like the first or second episode where Dr. Cliff Huxtable is really giving Theo, his son, the riot act. He's like Malcolm Jamal Warner. He's giving him the riot act about this, that, and the other. And Malcolm Jamal Warner gives this like monologue about, Dad, I'm just doing my best. I thought that would be good enough for you, and yada, yada, yada. And it's kind of it's played as like this emotional, like him standing up to his dad or whatever. And there's even like light applause from the studio audience. And then there's like a pause, and then Cliff Huxtable just goes, "Son, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard." So I just imagine the guy or guys in the Hall of Fame discussion, like making this impassioned speech about why Belichick shouldn't be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and somebody just going, "Sir, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard."
Someone should have said that. Is what really should have happened.
So I don't know. I thought it was apropos. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to derail
your. I mean, I watched like 30 minutes of the Grammys, and like I feel like 15 minutes of that was the Fugees' performance. Like that went on way too long.
Okay.
So that's
I used to. So this time of year, I would get excited for like the Grammys. Obviously, the Oscars are coming up in March. I would get excited for that stuff, but the Grammys, I just don't.
Oh, Trevor Noah was hosting.
Right. Yeah.
He kind of annoys me. Trevor Noah seems like he's very proud of himself. So he kind of a little bit. So, yeah, he's not my cup of tea.
Not your cup of tea.
He's not.
Was there anything else, news and notes, NFL related? Oh, let's talk a little bit about the schedule. That's what I was.
Well, yeah, you're.
Yeah, the Saints. It was announced. So first of all, let's start here. There are, by my count, there are going to be 8 international games in 2026. So there are going to be 3 in London, which is, I think, normal. I think they had 3. Yeah. There'll be 1 in Melbourne, Australia, that'll probably be that'll probably be week 1, I would imagine. There'll be 1 in Rio de.
Do not like that decision.
Yeah,
that's like an insane flight.
Well, I hope that they make that game week 1, because to make a team in the middle of a season go all the way to Australia would be ridiculous. But who knows? Let me pull up this. Okay. So 3 in London, Melbourne, Australia, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Madrid, Spain, Munich, Germany, and the Saints, it was announced, will host the first ever game in Paris, France. So I guess I'm going to Paris.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I can catch a flight with the with George's what was the
Make a
club?
Wish kid?
The Make a
was
Wish
it?
kid. Oh, I remember. It was like
What was it? Big Brothers, Big Sisters, or something?
But yeah,
like that?
it was something like
some-
that.
It wasn't
Yeah,
Make a Wish.
something-
Make a Wish was the wrong one because that mean
he's-
it would have been.
he's-
He's not terminally ill.
Well, yeah, because then he's like, because then he tells George like, "You're not staying with us when we get to Paris, Four Eyes or whatever."
Wasn't it like a? Wouldn't you like to be a big brother to someone
Right,
like me?
right.
So I think that's.
And then he tries to get out of it by saying he's going to Paris, and the sponsor's like, "Oh, that's great. The kid's parent lives in
Oh,
Paris."
yeah, exactly.
But what I wanted to talk about schedule wise is obviously with the Super Bowl coming up, Patriots Seahawks. We will find out. Well, we can talk about potentially what the first game of next season will be, because obviously the first game of the NFL season is always hosted by the defending Super Bowl champions. So either the Patriots or the Seahawks will have that honor. Now, I did see something that the Mariners have a home game on the Thursday night that will probably be NFL opening night. And the Mariners and Seahawks share a parking lot. Their stadiums are adjacent to each other, so they share a parking lot. So that could present an issue. Now, this happened with the Ravens. If you remember, after the Ravens won their Super Bowl in 2012, the following season, the Orioles had like a similar – they had a home game on the night of what would be the opening game. So the Ravens had to start the season on the road that year, which not ideal, but you know. So the thought was if the Seahawks win, it's possible that the Seahawks get one of those international games, and that's their week one game because of the Mariner. Now, I should point out, one of the games on Seattle's schedule next year is the Patriots, and it's in Seattle. So it's possible. My initial thought was, well, if Seattle wins, just make it Patriots Seahawks to start the season, put it on a neutral site.
I don't like that. I don't like the Super Bowl rematch immediately. Like if we're gonna get a Super Bowl rematch, I'd kind of like it to be a little more.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it either. But like in this circumstance, like if they can't play the game in Seattle, and you're gonna do a neutral site game anyway, I mean, you might as well. I don't know. So here are the options for the Seahawks for their first home game. So obviously you have the Cardinals, the Rams, the 49ers, their division rival. Usually they don't do a division game to start the season. Your team, the Cowboys, travel to Seattle. The Giants travel to Seattle. The Chiefs, that could be an interesting one. The Chiefs travels to Seattle. Chargers, I just mentioned the Patriots. The Patriots. So you could have a Super Bowl rematch right off the bat. And the other one is the Chicago Bears. So Andy's beloved Bears, which that would be interesting because the Bears were almost in the NFC Championship game against the Seahawks had the Bears beaten the Rams. So you could have a Super Bowl rematch. You could have an NFC Championship rematch, Rams and Seahawks. You could have like I said, Bears at Seahawks. That would be interesting.
I like the Bears choice. I think that's the way I would.
I think that might.
I think that's a good.
I think the NFL might lean towards that one just because, especially if if the team looks like they're gonna at best stay where they are, because then also you could say it's a division winner, right? It's two division winners. You have the NFC North division winner against the Super Bowl champion. For the Patriots, their possible home games for next season. So obviously they have the usual Bills, Dolphins, Jets. They also have the Broncos, Donnie's Broncos. So you could have an AFC Championship rematch, this time in New England as opposed to Denver. You have the Raiders. That could be kind of interesting, I guess, with the whole Tom Brady thing. Number 1 pick, Fernando Mendoza. That could be something. The Packers, the Vikings, or the Steelers. I'm wondering if, let's say the Patriots win the Super Bowl, and let's say Rodgers decides he wants to come back for another season with the Steelers. Maybe Steelers-Patriots that opening night maybe that makes that a little more intriguing. Obviously, with the new coach, with McCarthy, too. I don't know. That could be something. So, one of those games that we just kind of walk through will potentially be our opening game for the season. Now, again, if it's the Seahawks, they do have that potential scheduling conflict where they could potentially not be in Seattle for the opening game, which is not ideal. But yeah. So, a couple scheduling things. I did also read on Twitter this week. The schedule release will probably be, if it's around the same time as it was last year, it'll be like May 14th or 15th. So I know last year you and I did the kind of a live, not really a watch along, but like a live, we kind of came on, reacted to the schedule. Maybe we could do that again this year. We do. I know we haven't talked about this, but I think we will try to do a watch along on the first round of the NFL draft.
Like we did
April.
Last year.
We'll
see if anybody, if either one of us walks out after their team's first round pick.
Well, I will say if we can transition it a little bit here, a lot of the mock drafts I am seeing for the Saints right now, number 8 overall, there's a lot of love for a certain Notre Dame running back to the Saints, which I would not be upset by.
Well, we should also talk, because I've also seen some kind of breakdowns on one of the guys that I asked you about, whether might be available for the Cowboys, a certain if he might slide down some draft boards.
Yeah. I actually did see, I think it was somebody did a mock draft and they had Caleb Downs to the Cowboys. I forget who it was.
Lance Erline on NFL.com did that.
Yeah,
I looked at that yesterday. And so Downs is probably a top 5 talent, but because of the positional value and the savings that you get on certain positions, teams tend to draft certain positions more. Safeties tend to get pushed down. That's why you see guys like Kyle Hamilton, like people loved him coming out. He slid to 14th to the Ravens because he was a safety. Downs could also have that happen, and so there is a chance that he ends up. I've seen him coming off the board at like pick 10, 11, and so there is like that chance too. And the Bengals are there at number 10, so he may not fall far enough.
The Bengals would make too much sense, honestly.
Right,
their
because
defense needs people, and he's an Ohio State guy. That would just make too much sense. I've seen him go as high. I've seen people as high as like the Giants at 5.
Yeah.
Talking about, picking him. The Cowboys. So I did watch NFL Stock Exchange podcast. They did a mock draft after the Senior Bowl. They had the Saints picking one of the receivers, Carnell Tate from Ohio State.
I've seen him go to New York a couple of times and a couple of mocks too.
Yeah, he's definitely a top 10 pick, I would say. Somewhat so. Connor is a Jets fan, and he was like, "Oh, this could be the new Michael Thomas for the Saints, basically." And Trevor, who's a Tampa Bay fan, is like, "Oh yeah, Slant Boy 2.0 or whatever." It's like, I was like, "Well, Slant Boy beat the Bucs ass a couple times, so I mean, whatever."
I will say I think Schlesinger is not Schlesinger. Who's this year's Ohio State linebacker?
Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles is another name I've seen.
There's Sonny Styles and there's Reese of Arvell
Reese. No, I think I've seen both of them actually mocked to the Cowboys. I think one of them Reese, a little later.
Sonny Styles is more of a linebacker. Reese is more of a pass rusher. Reese is like a
3-4 edge guy.
Yeah, he's more of the get after the quarterback guy. Styles is more of a.
I think Styles is the one I've
was-
seen a little more. Because the Cowboys need
Yeah.
help, kind of more on the back seven. Like they need an edge, but they also need a lot of help in the linebacker position and safety. And so that's why I wouldn't mind if Downs ended up falling.
The other name I saw with the Cowboys is the kid from LSU, Delaney or DeLon, Mansur's cornerback.
I haven't seen the
Mansur-
LSU kid. I've seen Hood from Tennessee mocked to us a few times.
Yeah, I want to say that is who the guys at NFL Stock Exchange mocked to the Cowboys was the LSU corner. Let me ask you this question for the Cowboys. Obviously, you guys have 2 picks, 12 and 20 at the moment. And I may have asked you this already, but at this point, are you thinking both defense?
I think that's the way to go. And I think what they may end up doing is with the 20th pick, is like take their pick at 12 and then at 20, maybe look at some teams that are at that back third of the draft, trying to trade up a little bit and see if you can kind of recoup a second or a third for something in that for that pick to get if somebody wants to come up for it.
Yeah, so I'm just looking at on Twitter here, NFL Draft Files. Their Senior Bowl mock draft. They have the Saints going with Mekhi Lemon from USC, wide receiver. The Cowboys at 12 going Sonny Styles, linebacker from Ohio State. At 20, Keldrick Falk, the edge rusher from Auburn, who I've heard is like that typical looks good on paper but hasn't produced. So it has the physical traits, the numbers.
Right.
Will test well probably at the combine, but like his production in college hasn't been there. So, yeah. This draft also has the Rams picking Garrett Nussmeier with their second pick in the first round. Remember, folks, the Rams have a top 15 pick because of the Falcons. So,
well, he had Nussmeier had a really good Senior Bowl, and so I think that's
he did.
Why,
He was the Senior Bowl MVP. I'll also just mention that his dad is the offensive coordinator for the Saints. That doesn't really mean anything, but just throw it out there. I do also think, real quick, the Saints, I think they're going to at least take calls on Spencer Rattler. Like if a team,
I would. I mean, like, what do you have him there for? Just to like,
I'm thinking of teams that would pick up the phone, so to speak. I would think a team like the Vikings, maybe a team like
Cardinals.
Honestly, I don't know why the Jets wouldn't, like, at least depending on who their OC. Maybe the Raiders, because Kubiak was with Rattler in New Orleans. Of like
Cardinals,
like
Cardinals
would make sense too. Honestly, like if they're gonna go separate ways with Kyler, then yeah, like this is gonna be an interesting quarterback offseason because Kyler's probably getting cut. It looks like Tua's going to get cut too, which is going to be crazy. That would be like a astronomical cap hit. But
what is the cap hit on that?
It's big, but I've read people say it's possible. I want to say it's like $90 million, like, but I don't know off the top of my head. So yeah, I guess. Well, here, real quick, let's just kind of walk through who could be in the market for a quarterback this offseason. So you've got Patriots are good, the Bills are good, Dolphins could be in the market, the Jets are definitely in the market. So there's 2 teams. In the AFC North, you got the Ravens are good, the Bengals are good, the Steelers are probably in the market, and the Browns. Munkin, it sounds like Munkin's on the Shedeur train, but like
there's not a lot of good trains to be on in Cleveland right now.
I mean the video that the Browns social media team posted is of Todd Monken meeting with Shedeur Sanders. I realize that doesn't mean a lot, but it's something. I mean, it's like let's see, AFC South, Texans are good. Well, Are the Texans good?
Yeah, they would. They're not gonna.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are they gonna do? Yeah, they're not gonna move on.
They've got a decision to make on Stroud pretty soon. In terms of like a contract.
They'll pick up that option on that, and then the question will become like, do you extend him or not?
Jacksonville's good. Tennessee's got Cam Ward. I saw an interesting idea. Somebody said the Jets should just, or actually, this is kind of diabolical. They said the Jets should overpay Daniel Jones to be the quarterback because it accomplishes two things. One, they have a quarterback, and two, it would make the Colts worse. Because remember, the Jets have the Colts first-round pick next year, too. So if the Colts are worse, that makes the Jets pick. Right, so it double helps them. So, which is just
how much? I don't know. I don't know how much Daniel Jones is going to help you this year, considering he's going to probably not play for.
That would be that would be so Jets. Let's pay.
Let's overpay Daniel Jones, and then he can't play for the first half of the contract.
So I think the Colts. So everybody in the AFC South should be good. I think the Colts. I mean, they're probably going to have to do something while Daniel Jones is injured, unless they believe in Riley Leonard, which maybe they do. I don't know
about that.
All right, AFC West. Denver should be good. I'm guessing Knicks will be ready for the start of the season. I'm not positive. Chargers are good. The Raiders are going to draft Mendoza, so they should be fine. Do we think Mahomes is going to be ready for the start of the season for the Chiefs with the ACL?
I mean, I don't think they'll it will be enough for them to try to make any sort of desperate move. I think it'll probably
No. I mean, and they have Minshew. Well, Minshew, I did read, did not tear his ACL. They thought he did, but he didn't. So if nothing else, Minshew would be ready potentially for the start of the season. So in the AFC, so we said Jets, Dolphins, Steelers, maybe the Colts, depending on the Daniel Jones thing. So in the NFC, Eagles are, I guess, good. This whole Eagles thing, man, is fascinating to me. The whole nobody wants to be their offensive coordinator. They finally hired Sean Mannion from the Packers. Once upon a time, by the way, Sean Mannion was drafted by the Saints, I believe, way back in the day. They also hired Josh Grizzard, who was the Bucs offensive coordinator, to be their passing game coordinator. So they've got, I guess, some ammo there. The Hurts thing is just, I don't know, man. I don't understand it. I just don't understand. This guy has gone through offensive coordinators I don't know. It's
well, if you're the coordinator, you either go to the Super Bowl or you get fired. you
get fired.
Yeah.
So I would say Dallas is okay with Dak. The Giants,
and we have Joe Milton, and we have Joe Milton.
Oh, I forgot. How could I forget about Joe Milton? The Commanders should be okay with Jayden Daniels, but I keep an eye on that situation. That maybe not him, but the Dan. We talked about this before, the Dan Quinn thing, firing your whole staff basically, and then
Dan Quinn feels like he's on a short leash over there.
Well, they promoted, I think, from within as well. Their offensive coordinator is now David Blough.
Yeah.
Blau,
I think.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. NFC North, Bears have Caleb, that's fine. Packers have Jordan Love, that's fine. Vikings, I think the Vikings and the Lions are kind of both in somewhat similar spot. I think the Lions are fine with Goff, but Goff's not going to play forever. You kind of have to have a backup plan. The Vikings thing is fascinating to me. Here's the thing. Obviously, they just fired their GM, which was odd. Well, odd timing, at least. I mean,
yeah, I don't know that. The whole no, I think the whole I don't think it's just the timing. I think the whole situation seemed like
Yeah, well,
a little odd.
it basically on paper looked like, oh, because Sam Darnold made the Super Bowl, they fired their GM. Which
Right. Well, also he said something along the lines of like, sometimes you think it keeps you up at night or something. So it's basically like,
yeah.
this guy just admitted that we shouldn't have done this. So like, get out of here.
Yeah. I also heard there was some talk of like parental leave or something. Like he took, God forbid, somebody.
I know he
takes time
took a
to be with their
vacation.
family.
God forbid
Yeah.
he take a vacation.
Yeah. So anyway, but here's the thing I'll say about the Vikings, and we kind of said this at the end of the year. They finished 9-8, which I know is like 5 games worse. But
But given
like,
how bad their quarterback situation was, for
That's what
most
I'm
of the year,
saying,
That's,
like-
that's not bad. Like all things
this team
considered.
started Max Brosmer at quarterback, and they for like a couple
They had
games.
they also had Carson Wentz, who looked like he was about to like
Right.
be carted off on a stretcher like at any moment, like they were going to have to amputate his arm on the field. Is like what he looked like in one of those. Was it like a Thursday night game? It was a primetime game,
Yeah.
and he looked like
Yeah.
he was like going to have to. Someone was
I
going to
think
have
it
to turn him
was.
into an amputee at that point.
I feel like it was a Thursday night game against the Rams, maybe, or something like that.
Something like that.
Anyway,
Rams were-
but
Yeah, Chargers maybe
it might have been Charged. Yeah,
one of the LA
yeah.
teams.
one of the LA teams. Vikings, call the Saints. Let us know if you're interested in Spencer Rattler. Kevin O'Connell could probably work wonders with him. So Vikings and Lions, maybe something to keep an eye on. NFC South, Saints have Shuck. Falcons, I keep hearing they're going to let Kirk Cousins go, which
Yeah.
again, dead money hit. And with Penix in kind of a so Penix is injured. You don't have a first round pick. That seems precarious.
Well, I
but-
think with the Falcons, what they'll do is they'll just play the season out with Penix. You see what you have because you've
Yeah.
got a new coach, and then next year when you have a first round pick, you can go in and say, "Hey, let's figure this out now." But there's no reason to go in it. There's no reason to do anything else and like burn more
Draft
assets
it,
on the.
yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason to burn more assets on trying to figure out
That makes sense.
your quarterback situation when you've got Penix under contract and you still don't even know if he's good or not.
You know what would be kind of hilarious if like Stefanski was like, "Hey, why don't we trade for Dylan Gabriel?" And like,
There we go. Oh, I like this idea.
oh, I like this idea. So yeah, so Falcons. I did see a video of Bijan. Seems pretty excited about the Stefanski hire. So for what that's worth. Carolina, Bryce Young, they seem okay. Tampa with Baker seemed fine. NFC, NFC West, Seattle, obviously Sam Darnold, they're good. And then who did they draft? Jalen Milroe is their backup that they drafted. Yeah. San Francisco with Purdy, they're fine. Arizona's that's something to keep an eye on because Kyler's going to be gone. It seems like. And then who am I missing?
The Rams.
The Rams. Now that one's interesting with Stafford. So McVay and Les Snead just signed contract extensions. I'm guessing Stafford's going to be back, but they have 2 first-round picks, the Rams. So if they feel like there's a quarterback in this draft that maybe could use a little seasoning under like while Stafford's there, and they could maybe leverage one of those picks for that. I'm sure they'll take advantage. And I kind of wanted to walk through because I'm thinking in my head, well, if Kyler gets cut, where's Kyler Murray going to end up? Is he going to does he go to Pittsburgh? Does he go to where does he end up? I don't know. I just find it interesting. I mean, does he end up in Atlanta? Does Atlanta just take a flyer on Kyler Murray? I don't know. Be interesting to keep an eye on. Well, let's. I think we've filibustered enough. Let's get on to the big the big game. The big game here.
Oh, no. Don't tell me. You're gambling again, aren't you?
Hey, get our other drop ready because we're going to talk about our guy here in a minute.
I don't even like Drake.
You don't like the Drake?
I hate the Drake.
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
I thought about this today. We asked Trang last week if she was a Seinfeld, or 2 weeks ago, if she was a Seinfeld fan. I meant to bring up like the whole Drake thing to her, to be like, well, there's a character, well, it wouldn't have mattered because they weren't in the Super Bowl yet.
No, they wouldn't have been there yet.
So never mind. All right, so let's start here. So we'll get to some of the fun. You want to do the prop bets first, or do we want to do the normal?
Let's go ahead and do that because I've got a game for us. So I put some links in the notes.
Okay.
And then, do you have the spreadsheet opened up? Our Google Doc.
I can get it open.
Yeah, the 2025 picks. I've added a tab called Super Bowl props, and so here's.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so here's how I'm thinking we're going to do this. So we're going to have 1,000 imaginary dollars. Okay.
Okay.
So there are 12 categories here.
Okay.
We each you have to pick something for every one, but you can allocate your money as much as you like.
So it's kind of like an auction draft almost.
But you have $1,000 and you can put it as much as you want on each thing. So we'll go through. So I'm going to read off the bets that I have here. So one of them is the coin toss winner. So the team that wins the coin toss.
Okay. So coin toss, not heads or tails. Like who wins the coin toss? Okay.
Who wins the coin toss?
Got it.
I have lines pulled up on my computer, so I'll give them as we go through.
All right.
National anthem over or under 2 minutes. I believe it's 119.5 seconds. So if it is 120 or 2 minutes or over, or 2 minutes or under 2 minutes. First TD score.
Okay.
Anytime touchdown score.
Yep.
And then we'll do some of the regular stuff. We'll do money line, spread, and total.
Yep.
Over. And so the total over under. MVP pick.
Okay.
Will there be overtime?
Yep.
Will there be a safety?
Okay.
Will there be a 2-point conversion? I need to make sure I have that line too, because I think that's a question. And then the Gatorade killer.
Is there a line for fourth down? Like anything related to fourth down going forward, or probably not, but there's.
Let me see. Super Bowl fourth down.
By the way, while you're looking that up, the Pro Bowl games here were tied at 52 in the fourth quarter of this stupid flag football game. Let's see how the Mavericks
don't see anything on this. Wait.
Mavericks are down.
Oh yeah,
Mavericks
yes.
Okay, good.
There is a line. Yes is at minus 530 and no is at plus 360. The question is, will a team have a successful fourth down conversion attempt? Would you like me to add that?
Yeah, let's go ahead and add that.
Okay.
Because I think this offseason there's been a lot of talk around fourth down, people going for it and all that. So I think that'd be a worthy addition. By the way, Mavericks down 100-86, about 6:45 left in the game here. Cooper Flagg up to 35 points tonight.
There we go.
Got 9 rebounds, so he's almost at a double-double.
Oh, did you see the Grizzlies news today?
I did. I actually meant to bring this up. Yeah, Triple
yeah.
J is where did he end up?
Utah.
Okay. Well, what about Ja? Ja's staying put?
Still on the trading block for now.
When is the trade deadline? Is it Thursday?
I don't remember when the actual date is.
I thought it was the 5th.
It's coming up very soon. Let's see.
The way the trades were going today, I thought it was today because it seemed like people were just firing them off. James Harden got traded right as we were going live to
That
Cleveland.
dude,
of all places.
that dude gets traded. Oh man,
Our good friend Trang, she's going to be rooting for Darius Garland in a Clippers jersey.
February 5th at 3 p.m. Eastern, so 2 o'clock our time.
2 o'clock our time.
Yeah, so the big deal is going to be the Giannis deal. I think teams are kind of positioning themselves. Like some
For
teams are
Giannis?
trying to get like a little bit of stuff done, so like some at the margin, so that they can get in on Giannis.
Do you have like a betting favorite who you think lands Giannis?
I feel like the one I've heard is Minnesota.
Okay, it's interesting.
Hmm.
Not a big move going from Milwaukee to Minnesota.
No, but I think that's the team that Giannis kind of wants to play for, and I think they're in on the deal. So I think he likes Anthony Edwards as the.
Okay, I was going to say so it'd be Anthony Edwards and Giannis. Not quite Sam Cassell, Kevin Garnett from years. Little bit of a
Right.
little bit of a different vibe.
Hold on. I'm going to check Kalshi real quick for this.
Yeah, sure. The other thing I'll mention while you're doing that, on Thursday we will also know the Hall of Fame, the Player Hall of Fame announcements will be made. We've got Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, your guy Jason Witten, your other guy Darren Woodson. Hopefully can get in. Jari Evans, who I mentioned from the Saints, is still eligible, still alive. I read somewhere that apparently Eli Manning already knows he's not getting in.
Yes, I did see that he was not. Yeah.
So because they're talking about yeah, that's a shame. They're talking about Breeze being the only quarterback in this class, which fine with me.
So right now the favorite technically is he stays in Milwaukee.
Okay.
Number 2 is Minnesota.
Okay.
I believe I had that. After that, it's Miami, Chicago, Golden State.
I had heard Miami was one I had heard. Yeah. I saw the Celtics also made a trade today. I forget for who. They traded Anthony Simons,
yeah.
But I forget who they got in return. Made me think because the Celtics are playing the Mavericks. That made me think of it. All right, you want to do some of these prop bets here?
Yes. All right. So we'll start with the coin toss. Team to win it. These are both at -105. So you can take Seattle or New England, Paul.
Even money at
basic.
-105.
Yeah.
And we've got $1,000. We each got 1,000.
Correct.
And there's 13. Is it 13?
13 here. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so I'm doing math in my head. So I'll go. What was it? -105.
-105.
The home team is the Patriots, technically.
That is correct. They are the no. Yeah. That's correct. So the Seahawks will get the call.
So the Seahawks will call it. All right, I'll go Patriots, and I'll wager. $100, 100 imaginary bucks.
Okay. I'm also going to go with the Patriots. I'm going to put $50 on this.
So that leaves me with 12. No, it leaves me with 9. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking there's 13 wagers. So we had 100 each, but yes.
All right. National anthem. These are -110 under. So John Batiste is singing.
Okay. Shout out Louisiana native John Batiste. So on Underdog, I saw the money. The betting favorite was under 2.
Oh, really?
It was in like the one. Well, they had it broken down like 100 to 119, 120 to They had like 7 different categories, and the money line favorite or the betting favorite was, I want to say, in the 100 to 119 range.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go under,
Okay.
but I'll just do $50 on that.
Okay. I'm going to go over, and I'm going to do the inverse of you. So I'm going to go over, and I'm going to put 100 on this.
Okay.
Okay. Now is where we.
So we both have 850 left.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay. So first time touchdown score. I have that link there. I believe I put it in the docs. There should be one that says first time. Yeah. First TD score. It's the third link.
The sportsbook one, the FanDuel.
Yeah. Sportsbettingdime.com. First TD score odds.
Okay. There we go. Give me a sec here. All right. Okay. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you pick first.
Okay. I'm going to go. Okay, so we got to look at kind of there are several different lines here, so you can take the best line that you can get for these. I think you can scan the lines and see who you like at what price, because they have Bet365, they have BetMGM, and they have DraftKings. So I kind of like the idea of getting like a Patriots player here.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, so the wide receivers here are pretty good odds. Stephon Diggs is plus 1,400 across the board. TreVeyon Henderson plus 3,000 in some spots. So you can find some pretty good value there.
Yeah.
Rashid Shaheed also plus 2,000.
Now,
I think
let me ask a question. If if it's a kickoff return, that's not Rashid Shaheed. That's Seahawks defense special teams. Right?
No, if he scores as a
okay.
it is a player. So like if it is a kick return, Rashid Shaheed with cash on that. Okay. I am going to go. I'm going to go Kayshon Boutte at plus 1,900.
Plus 1,900. Yeah, that's.
I'll take the booty rocking everywhere.
That's not a bad. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna play it a little.
I'm gonna bet. Let me. I gotta put my weight.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to go $50 on this.
So we each have 850 left, right?
Yes.
And we have 11 categories left.
Right.
What did you wager on it? Sorry, I'm
$50. So I'm down to 800 now.
50. All right, I'm gonna go a little safer. I'm gonna go Ramondre Stevenson at plus 1,000. So 10 to 1.
I did look at that one too. That was one that I was considering too. So you're at plus 1,000?
Plus 1,000, and I'll go 100. Ooh. So I'm at 750.
Okay, so we got our first touchdown. Now we've got on the FanDuel, there's a sportsbook.fanduel.com Super Bowl touchdowns, and you should be able to expand that to see more players on there. There's a pretty good list. So there's the anytime touchdown list.
Yeah, I figure. These is who I figured would be the. Wait, hang on. Where are we at? Touchdown scores is what we're looking at.
Yeah, Super Bowl TDs.
Okay. Anytime TD. All right. Okay. So I've got 750 left.
And I have 800.
Okay. I am going to take, and this is for an anytime touchdown. I'm going to take a chance there. I'm going to go AJ Barner.
Ooh.
I'm going to $50. At plus 240,
240,
I believe, is the
Okay. All right. This guy has not gotten as much playing time this lately, but explosive player, home run hitter.
Okay.
Loved him in college.
Uh-huh.
Wish he would have gone to Dallas.
Yep.
I take Travion Henderson here, plus 470.
That you're gonna go Pop Douglas. DeMario. That you're going DeMario.
there we go. All right, so I'm gonna drop.
Who's
drop
the
50 on this too?
I'm just looking to see who's like the big odds. So Brady Russell. Who the hell is Brady Russell? I don't even know who that is.
Who is Robbie Oots?
Robbie Oots. Ernest Johnson. I know that he's a.
I know that.
Guy.
That's an actual name. I think
know
these
that
other
name.
two names are made up.
How about Saints legend Cam Akers at 18-1 for anytime touchdown?
I think you're getting screwed on that one.
Hit for Cam Akers' first touchdown, you got 100-1.
Ooh,
on FanDuel.
Okay,
On this one. But I'm not just donate money.
Do you want to go to? Do you want to? The Super Bowl MVP odds are also on this page.
Yeah, we can do that.
Like right
Let's
over
skip
there.
down to that.
We can go ahead and jump over there.
Give me. Let me find it. Hang on. Is it on the same page? I just got to scroll down.
So if you look, there's some like tabs there. Like it has Super Bowl TDs. Like right next to it says Super Bowl MVP.
I got. Hang on.
Don't scroll down. It's like at the top, toward the top.
So I see same game parlay, popular, quick bets.
I don't know where you're looking there. You're on the FanDuel page, right?
I'm on the FanDuel page. Give me a sec. The sportsbook.fanduel, right?
Sportsbook.fanduel.com/navigation.
Yep. All right.
/NFL.
Okay, I'm there. I got it.
You see? Okay.
I got it. Yeah, I got it. I had to click out of it and go back. Okay. So we've got Super Bowl MVP odds here. Ooh, your boy DeMarcus Lawrence at 100-1.
I know. I got the jersey on. What if that's the magic touch?
That's the sweet action there. How about Harold Landry III at 300-1? That'd be some...
How about our boy Nick Emanwari?
I saw that one too. Yeah,
shout out to Train there. What are the big ones here? Chad
that
Muma. Okay, you want to hear a funny one?
Okay, I'm listening.
Plus 200,000. Rookie.
Oh, for the kicker?
Gray Zabel.
Wait, where is that? I missed that. Oh,
you got
wait.
200,000.
God, that's 2,000-1.
Yeah. There's some. What would a center have to do to like win the award?
Yeah.
Like single-handedly, like.
Is he center or does he play guard? I think
he was a center.
Either way,
he was a center in college, so I think that's what. But what would an offensive lineman have to do to win the MVP? Like he would have to like single-handedly like pick up the ball, run it in for like miracle game-saving play,
perform
like
at halftime.
Perform CPR on the field after someone dies.
Shout out to Andy. Saints and Bears legend Velus Jones Jr. at 700-1.
There we go.
There you go. Some sweet action, man. Trang's favorite Tyreek Woolen at plus 22,500. I don't know. Who am I going with here? I'm gonna try to play it safe, and I don't want to. You know what? I'll go with our guy, the Drake. I'll go with the Drake at plus 230. I don't want to jinx Trang, so I'll go plus 230 on the Drake, and I'll go. What do I have left here? I've got 700 left. And we've got 10 categories left. 2,
Yep.
4, 6. Wait, yeah, 10. Yeah, 100.
Okay.
Drop 100. Drop a cool 100 on the Drake.
All right. I am going to take Sam Darnold at plus 115.
So we did all that just to take the 2 quarterbacks.
I know. Yeah, we're also we're gonna play it safe on this one, and I'm gonna put. Ooh, what do I have left? I have 250 left.
So you got 750? No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put 150 on this.
Okay. So you got 600 left on?
600 left. Okay. Now we can go to the regular Action Network. We'll just do the regular stuff here. Okay.
All
Money line pick. The Seahawks currently minus 225. Patriots plus 195.
Okay, this is just the money line, right? We're not doing
Correct.
Okay, money line. So, if this were our normal spread confidence, based on that, I'll go Seahawks minus 225, and I'll just do 50.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take the Patriots here at the plus 195. And I'm going to bet 100.
Okay.
So I now have 500 left.
You have 500.
You've got 450. You've got 650. 550. 550. 550.
550.
Okay. Okay.
Listen to two guys do math on a podcast.
Should add a sum in here, shouldn't I?
Okay, well, so now we're going to go. You want to do the spread next?
Yes.
All right. So the number on here is 4.5. I've seen it at 5.5 in some other places.
Yeah, I think most places. I think it started at like 4 and then went up and then came back down to like 4.5. I think, and so that's where I've seen it. That's where it is right now.
Okay, so best odds, Patriots plus 4.5 is minus 105.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle minus 4.5 is minus 110.
Correct.
So I'm gonna go Patriots plus 4.5 at minus 105, and I'll put 50 on that.
Okay.
So that leaves me with 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got 5 left. 500 left, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you got you got a little something right at the bottom.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take Patriots plus the 4.5.
Well, if you're picking them the money line, you kind of have to.
Yeah, it makes more sense to do that. So I will put 50 on this as well. Okay. Total right now 45.5. We'll just call it 45.5, and we'll just I think let's just split the difference and call it 110 each way.
That's fine with me. Okay, so 45.5. So you're looking at so 24 to 21 doesn't work. If you 24 21 would be under.
Right. I think it's like 24-20 or 25-21 is kind of like the range. 20 like what, 24.5 to 20.5?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, if you want to look at it that way. Yeah. I mean,
what are you
the
thinking?
Patriots just played a 10-7 AFC Championship game. So
now, to be fair,
that
was Jarrett Stidham in a blizzard. So
in a blizzard, yeah. And the Seahawks, Rams, the NFC Championship, that was high scoring.
right.
So this will probably Super Bowls tend to be more measured. Like they don't. Like what was the last high scoring Super Bowl we had?
They it seems like they end up starting slow as well. Like that's one of the other things is like the first quarter teams are really filling each other out a lot more.
Yeah. My instinct would be to go under here.
So that's the way I'm leaning to.
Yeah. I'll go. So I've got 500 left. I'll go under 45 and a half. Right, that's the number we're using, 45 and a half. I'll go under 45 and a half. I'll be kicking myself, I know. If I watch at halftime, it'll be like 21-10, and I'll be I'm gonna go. I'll put 100.
Ooh.
Cool 100 on that.
I'm going to put 50. Also on the under. Okay.
All right. So now we just got. You got some prop bet. Is that this on the prop bet?
Yes, I need to. Yeah. So we've got. Okay. So let's go ahead and start since I have this pulled up. Will a team successfully convert a fourth down conversion? Yes is minus 530. No is plus 360.
Minus 530. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you think about it. All you have to do if your quarterback sneak it across, like that's a pretty good. Teams are aggressive
and
now.
Almost every game. Almost every game this playoffs have had at least one fourth down convert. What's the no? Plus 360, you said?
Plus 360.
Boy, that's tempting. I've got, what do I have left? 400?
We both have 400 left. We have 5 picks left.
4, 5. So that's
$80
$80 $80 a piece. I probably end up just doing $80 on all these, just for yucks. Well, I say that. Okay, so we're doing the fourth down conversion one right now.
Correct.
What the hell? I'm gonna say no.
Ooh,
just for. I mean, like. Plus 360. I mean, I won't do 80. I'll do 40.
Okay. I'm gonna go yes. I'm gonna go with the safe line here. I'm gonna take the minus 530, and I will bet. Let's see. I want to bet 125. All right. Now,
actually, you know what? Change mine to 80 for that one.
Okay.
Because it's not like I'm gonna but the extra $40. I'm not gonna put it to.
What are you gonna put it on over there?
Okay. So okay, what do you want to do next?
All right, Super Bowl safety. This is a big one.
Okay.
So no is minus 2,000.
Jesus.
Yes is plus 800. No, plus 850.
So I'll stick with the safe bet here. I'll go no.
Okay.
I'll just put 80 on that.
Minus 2,080. I will also say no. And minus 2,000. And I will put 75. I have 200 left. You have $240 left.
Really? Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Okay. All right, what's next?
So next we have, will there be overtime? Let me see if I can find the odds because I lost them.
I'm going to guess no is like, it's not, I don't think it's an astronomical number because like we've had two or three overtime games so far this postseason.
Oh, you mean in the postseason?
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think it'd be like minus 20,000 for no, or I don't think it's going to be anything crazy.
Well, I can't find the. We may have to delete this one because I lost the odds on it.
Do you want to replace it with?
Wait.
You want to replace it with will a player or coach cry during the national anthem?
We could.
First quarterback shown on the broadcast during the national anthem. How about that? You want to do that one?
I like the
If I
crying
do-
one.
If I knew Bad Bunny's
This
discography
oof.
better. Yeah.
I will tell you right now, I'm not watching. I'm not gonna watch it. Like I don't care.
What about oh, here you go. Who will the MVP thank first? God, religious figure at minus 230.
I like how it's religious figure. Like I really want.
So if he yes,
give a
yeah,
shout
I like
out
to thank Pope Leo. Pope.
yeah, Pope Leo.
Yeah, Pope Leo.
Let me
Uncle,
give a shout
Uncle
out.
Leo.
Let me give a
Uncle Leo.
shout out to Buddha. Or I want to give a big shout out to Gandhi.
Yeah. Man,
Oh.
that's great.
So what are we doing here?
Okay, so you can't find the overtime.
No, I lost the overtime odds.
How about will Cardi B wear a Stephon Diggs jersey?
Let's do that one. That one's fun.
Or wait, hold on. What about will
Hold on.
Stephon Diggs propose to Cardi B after the Super Bowl?
So what is the no vote? What is the no money on that? Because I bet it's big time no, isn't it?
On the proposed one?
Yeah, minus 4,000.
Minus 4,000. Yeah. So
Let's do the jersey.
the jersey one? Okay. Yes is plus 170, no is minus 250.
Ooh.
I'll go yes at plus 170. Sure. Put me down for $80 on that.
I don't know anything about Cardi B here, so
I don't either.
you know what? I'm gonna go yes at plus 170. Why not? I'll put $50 on it.
Yeah, what the hell?
Okay, so you've got 160 left. I've got 150.
What the hell? Now do we have 2-point conversion odds?
2-point conversion odds I do have.
Okay. You want to do that one next, or you want to
Well,
do Gatorade?
I say that. Where is the? Okay. Do you want to do? Will there be a 2-point attempt or successful conversion? I kind of like conversion a little better.
Yeah, let's do conversion.
Okay, so successful 2-point conversion, yes, plus 290, no, minus 410.
Give me yes plus 290. For 80, Alex.
Okay.
By the
All right.
way, they have the Super Bowl odds for next year up already. Seahawks are the betting favorite at plus 750. Rams plus 800. The Ravens are next at 12-1.
Okay, so I'm also going to go yes, and I am going to go. I have $150 left. I want to put 125 on yes.
Okay.
And
Would you
now
care to-
everybody.
Would you care to guess what the odds are for Fernando Mendoza going first overall?
Minus 25,000.
7,000. Minus
Oh,
7,000.
really? There's some value there.
There's some. You can get Ruben Bain at plus 5,000. Arvell Reese at plus 5,500. So some sweet action out there, boys and girls. There's Pro Bowl. Who does Pro Bowl bets? That's degenerate. If you're
Yeah,
betting
that's.
on the Pro Bowl,
You think
got
I'm
problems,
degenerate?
buddy.
You think I'm degenerate betting on like Montana, Utah, or Utah Tech? That's the real degeneracy.
Okay, before we do the Gatorade, I found some other Super Bowl props. Or do you want to do the Gatorade and then we can go through these?
Let's do the Gatorade.
Right.
First and close it out. So you're going to do $80 on this, I assume, since you have $80 left.
Yeah,
I will
that's
do
all
my
I got
final-
left. Yeah.
I'll do my final 25.
What if could I do 30 and you just send me 50? Is that what we do that?
Yeah, there we go.
I like this idea.
Okay, Gatorade color.
I'm gonna
so
go.
Do you have
Go
it
ahead.
pulled up?
I have it pulled up. Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead.
I'll go yellow/lime or green plus 260.
Okay. This is so I'll
Now-
go ahead and read the odds real quick for
Go
all
ahead.
the
Well,
colors. So
real quick before you do that, so this is the kind of thing that could easily be fixed, right?
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay. So what's everybody betting on? Green. All right. Well, then make it orange or what?
So I'm going to go. So here's the odds. Orange is plus 240. That's the current favorite. Yellow, lime green, you taking that at plus 260. Blue also plus 260. Purple plus 750. Red, pink plus 1,000. Water, clear plus 1,100. So I am going to go. I feel like I'm going to go with the same line as you, but I'm going to take blue at plus 260.
By the way, the Pro Bowl has ended. The final score was 66-52 for those.
Who won?
NFC.
NFC.
Oh yeah, I guess that's who we should be cheering for. Huh?
Well, obviously, Paul.
Well, the Saints didn't have any Pro Bowlers, so I don't.
Not even after all the substitutions got called up.
Well, what's weird is Chris Olave made All Pro. Chris Olave was like second team All Pro, but he had won a Pro Bowl.
All right. You said you had some other props.
Yeah,
for us?
so I searched around on FanDuel, found a couple other ones. So Super Bowl record: any player to record 506 or more passing yards at plus 15,000. Any player to record 216 or more receiving yards at plus 3,500. Any player to rush for 205 or more rushing yards at plus 10,000. Either quarterback to record 7 or more passing touchdowns at plus 20,000. Any player to record 15 or more receptions plus 5,500. Super Bowl 49 score repeat. Patriots 28, Seahawks 24 plus 35,000. So you can bet will the score be the exact same as it was the last time they played the Super Bowl. Marcus Jones for New England to score a touchdown plus 2,200. Kyrus Tonga for the Patriots. I have no idea who that is. To score a touchdown at plus 7,500. Points scored in each quarter is minus 500. Any lineman, to score an offensive touchdown plus 2,500. Any defensive or special teams touchdown plus 210. Seahawks special teams to score a touchdown plus 1,200. Patriots special teams to score a touchdown plus 2,000. Both Sam Darnold and Drake May to each complete 25 or more passes plus 2,000. Seahawks special teams to score the first touchdown plus 4,500. Patriots special teams to score the first touchdown plus 6,500. Opening kickoff to be returned. Do you want to take a guess?
Plus 800.
Plus 8,000.
Ooh, I was way off. No, that's what I meant.
Yeah, plus 8,000. No touchdown in the game.
That's got to be like plus 25,000.
It's actually plus 17,500. So it's not. Yeah. So it's. I was with you. I thought it would be. So we talked about the odds of the game going into overtime. The game going into double overtime. Plus 10,000.
That seems
and
low.
And then 2 more here. Any non-quarterback to throw a passing touchdown, plus 1,200. Any quarterback to record 1 or more receptions, plus 1,300. So if it's a Philly special type play.
See, I feel like I would put some money on it because
Yeah.
trick plays tend to be more used in the Super Bowl. So like I feel like that's actually something. Oh, there's one here. I don't know if you didn't see this, or I don't know if you've seen this, but the octopus bet is back. Have you seen? Do you know what the octopus bet is?
Enlighten me.
So the octopus bet is a player scores a touchdown and then also converts the 2-point conversion immediately after.
Okay. Any player.
They have to convert both the touchdown and
Successfully.
the subsequent 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can't be any 2-point conversion. It has to be the immediate one after.
Anybody can just take it.
Anybody can just score a touchdown. You have to convert the 2-point conversion after. So that is up to plus 1,600 for yes. No is minus 3,500 to minus 4,000.
Okay. Here is some specials. This is MVP / first touchdown scorer. So win the MVP and you scored the first touchdown. For Kenneth Walker, it's plus 2,000. JSN is plus 2,500. The Drake is plus 3,000. Sam Darnold is plus 6,000. Ramondre Stevenson is plus 8,000, and Rashid Shaheed is plus 10,000 to be MVP and score the first touchdown. What was it you couldn't find the odds for fourth down? What was it?
No, we got the fourth down, and it was will the game go into like 1 overtime?
Okay, because I'm looking here to see maybe if it's
because I think I saw that on the like one of our apps, but then like when I tried to pull it up online, I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I'm looking here. I'm not seeing it. Oh, here's one. Will Drew Lock play a snap? Plus 680 for yes, minus 1,400 for no. Will Josh Dobbs play a snap? Plus 800 for yes, minus 2,200 for no. Okay, Super Bowl MVP, Sam Darnold versus the field. Sam Darnold plus 115, the field minus 155. Drake May versus the field, Drake May plus 230, the field minus 310. Position of the Super Bowl MVP. Quarterback is minus 250, any other position plus 195. Let's see. You can bet on the Sam Darnold passer rating. The number is 97.5 over under.
Ooh.
It's minus 113 either way. Drake May's passer rating 90.5. Over is minus 125. Under is minus 106. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about this. That's weird. They don't have the overtime odds.
I know. I thought let me pull up Rebag because I'm pretty sure that's where I saw.
Somebody's got to have. Yeah, somebody's got to.
There's got to be somewhere. And then I guess, do you actually want to talk about the game? So it feels weird.
Oh yeah, I guess we should.
That the game is like coming up this week because like I feel like I haven't heard like a huge amount of analysis on the actual like matchups between like what's going to happen. I know the Athletic Football Podcast, they'll have it like later in the week. They'll have it like Thursday, Friday. But
a lot of what I've seen, I think people are expecting this to be a blowout.
I feel like when people start talking about that, like that was because that's kind of how I felt about like everyone was talking about that going into the Broncos Panthers. The Panthers were 15-1, and people kind of expected that to be like a blowout, and then the Broncos ended up winning that game.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rebet actually does have the overtime. They have it at yes plus 810, no minus 3,000
Really?
basically. Yep.
Huh. Might be worth putting a few shekels down on yes.
Yeah, I need to get my all my bets in because I want to actually have some like sweat in this game. I thought I do. So I also need to consider because I still have that Seahawks to win the Super Bowl at plus 1,200, and so
you hedge it.
So I think what's going to happen is on the Super Bowl, a lot of money comes in like late, like Saturday, Sunday of the game.
Yeah,
and so I think it might end up getting steamed toward the Seahawks, and so I'm kind of waiting until that happens before I actually make it.
Yeah, so I'll just mention Underdog has they have a couple of promotions obviously going. Their MVP odds, they have Sam Darnold plus 117, Drake May plus 233. Here, length of national anthem on Underdog, 90 to 100 seconds is minus 127. 110 to 120 is plus 163. So a minute 50 to 2 minutes is plus money. 120 to 130 seconds is plus 163. 100 to 110 is plus 300. So from a minute 50 to 2 minutes is plus 163, but from a minute 40 to a minute 50 is plus 300. It's like twice as, or almost twice as. Their favorite for Gatorade shower is green yellow at plus 230 and orange at plus 203, not plus 230. They have no Gatorade shower at plus 669.
Ooh. I don't think I'd take that. I think you got to do the Gatorade shower.
Yeah. What did I do? Oh, I did place. I should mention this. This is not Super Bowl related. I did put a little wager down on Sinners winning Best Picture at the Oscars. At plus. I don't have the. It's 3.85, so it's like almost 4-1.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, they don't have it at the.
They have it as number. They have it like a decimal number.
A multiplier. They have it as a multiplier. Yeah, so because we were talking about that last week. Okay. Yeah, so as far as the game, I mean, I don't want to. So if we were doing our normal, I kind of did this with our spread, and normally I pick against the Seahawks for the spread, and then I pick the Seahawks for the confidence, but only at a 1. It's kind of been my attempt to not jinx them, and for our good friend Trang. I mean, this feels like, look, this I think this game just comes down to Darnold. Like if Darnold starts seeing ghosts against this Patriots defense, things will go sideways for the Seahawks. And then if the Patriots just give Drake a short field to work with, and they kind of just do what they've been doing these playoffs, they're going to have a good chance, to win. Couple of interesting storylines here. Like we mentioned we had kind of fun with Stephon Diggs and Cardi B, but this is Stephon Diggs' first Super Bowl, and he obviously got close a couple times with Minnesota, close with Buffalo, but now he's in it with the Patriots, and so obviously he's gonna.
Yeah, I think we get. I think a lot of the times the talk has been about Sam Darnold seeing ghosts, but like Drake May is also in his second year going up against what has been one of the best defenses in the league. Like, how is he going to fare against this? Like, he wasn't. I mean, the only reason that he ended up winning against Denver was the fact that like Stidham ended up tossing him the ball deep in their own territory. Otherwise,
Right.
like we may not even be talking about them in this game. I do think Vrabel has a lot of like his situational planning
Yeah.
is really good. And so I think if you can lean on that and the experience, you've got McDaniel, who's obviously been there before for the offense. I think they have the coaching pieces, but it'll be a question of whether or not the talent wins out for Seattle, because they also have like really good coaching. And I mean, Darnold played against the Rams, who we think have a pretty decent defense too, and he lit them on fire in the championship game. So I think he's come a long way from that Minnesota game to end the season last year, which is where everyone I think sort of like was like, oh well, he's still Sam Darnold, but he's had had some more games this season where he's sort of turned it back on.
The other I had a thought, now I lost it. The other thing I was going to say with, obviously Drake in his second year, going to a Super Bowl, reminiscent of Brady. Brady was in his second year when they made his first Super Bowl against the team from the NFC West. It was the Rams then. It's the Seahawks now. So a lot of those kind of storylines. Obviously, I think we're both rooting for the Seahawks. I don't want to speak for you, but I mean, for me, obviously, Shaheed's on that team.
I have a plus 1,200. I think I'm rooting for the
right. Well, yeah, fair enough. Well, I'm thinking more of like, I know former Saint Rashid Shaheed is on the Seahawks. Former Cowboy DeMarcus Lawrence, you're wearing his jersey, obviously, is on the Seahawks. Didn't people laugh at DeMarcus Lawrence when he said he was going to go win a Super Bowl in Seattle?
Yeah, I know, right?
Well,
who's laughing now?
Yeah, who's laughing now? Yeah, I think it'll be. I don't think it'll be a blowout. I think it'll be a good game. I
certainly hope for entertainment purposes.
For entertainment purposes, yeah, I hope so. What is your? If we can pivot a little bit here, do you have a go-to food item for Super Bowl?
So we always do. What we've done is Pluckers lets you put in like an order before the game, and then we'll just pick it up, and then you can pick it up on Sunday. So like that's basically, it's like no one can like come in and eat. Like you can just like come in and order food.
Yeah,
or you can you pre-order basically and then go get your food.
So I have a quick story here. So the year the Saints made the Super Bowl, 2009 season, my go-to game day meal was Wingstop. My wife and I would order same thing from Wingstop, get it, bring it home, eat it during the game. So come Super Bowl, we're like, okay, we're going to do the same thing. I don't know what possessed me. I was like, well, let me put the order in a little earlier just in case they're busy. I go to put the order in online, and they were not accepting online orders for Super Bowl Sunday. You had to go, and I found this out like an hour before the game, an hour before kickoff. So I go. Luckily, the Wingstop was not too far from where my wife's apartment was at the time. So I go, and I literally am watching the national anthem. I think it was Jennifer Hudson was singing the national anthem that year. I'm literally watching the national anthem at Wingstop. I'm like, oh man, I'm going to miss and got my food. By the time I got back to my wife's apartment, got the food out, I like drop it on the table. I look up and they're kicking the ball off.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, it was nerve-wracking because I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to make it in time for kickoff. Yeah, fun experience watching your team. I honestly was. We may have talked about this last year. I honestly was less nervous about the Super Bowl than I was about the NFC Championship game, which was weird.
I think you mentioned that before.
Yeah, it was weird because like I don't, because the thing about this is a kind of a cliche at this point, but the team that loses the Super Bowl very rarely gets back right away,
right?
Unless you're Buffalo and you go 4 years in a row and don't win. But like we've seen this with some teams like Dan Campbell when they lost the NFC Championship game, when Detroit lost the NFC Championship game to San Francisco, where they blew that big lead. In his press conference, he said, "Yeah, I told our team we may not get another chance," and it's true. Like you
never know. Like
never
I
know.
think a lot of times the feeling is like it's like, okay, we're on the rise, we'll have more chances at this, and you don't always. I mean, like what Marino played in the Super Bowl, was that his second year?
It was early
Yeah,
in his career, but it was only his one time. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he that's what he thought. He thought he would be back there, and then he never made it back.
I think I saw something like since I forget what year it is, but like since if you look at the AFC representative in the Super Bowl since like the turn of the century, it's basically Patriots, Chiefs, Broncos,
Colts,
Bengals, and Colts. Yeah. The Bengals had that one year.
Well, the Ravens have been there,
and Ravens, yeah. Ravens have won. Yeah, the Ravens won a Super Bowl, obviously. NFC has been much more widespread, except for one particular team who I won't mention.
Hey, we're giving everyone else some time to catch up with us.
You know what's funny is like every team in the NFC South has won a Super Bowl. In the last, not one. Carolina hadn't won. Carolina and Atlanta didn't win. Been to a Super Bowl,
right?
Been to a Super Bowl.
Hey, Paul,
obviously Atlanta.
We have some breaking news.
Oh, please.
Penny, a statuesque Doberman Pinscher, won the top prize in the Westminster Dog Show.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Winner, as we mentioned earlier on the show, Best in Show, a dog has finished. A dog has been announced the winner of Best in Show.
Very cool. Congratulations to Penny.
She must have been a pretty penny.
She must have been a pretty penny. Maybe she was named after Penny Lane, the
Beatles song.
Actually, I didn't mean to ask you this. Are you a Beatles fan? Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a few like actual like records of theirs that we'll put on every now and then.
So, are you aware that in I think it's next year, they are releasing 4 Beatles movies?
You know, we talked about this last week. Remember?
Did we talk about this? Yeah.
Okay. Because we were talking about we were talking about biopic movies, and I was like, and then you broke that news, and I was
right.
And I was like, I'm not going to go see any of these.
Yeah. Well,
I like the Beatles, but I don't need to see movies. I probably won't. Maybe I'll catch them when they come out.
I think I brought it up because they just released photos of the 4 actors. So Paul Mescal is Paul McCartney.
That was Harris it, because we were talking about because it was Paul playing Paul,
right? So. Harris Dickinson as John Lennon,
not George Harrison.
No, George Harrison was. It's Joseph Quinn and Barry Keoghan. I think Barry Keoghan is Ringo Starr. Joseph Quinn is George Harrison. So, yeah. Sorry, I obviously can't remember much of what we talked about last week.
I know our conversations are so memorable, Paul.
Yeah. Well, so I actually go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, this is the last football game. We'll start preparing for the draft, but we'll also have to prepare for what was our biggest episode of the first season, and that was the spelling bee. The spelling bee.
Absolutely.
Got to get ready for that.
We got to bone up on our words there.
That's right. It's time to bust that dictionary out.
Yeah, we got to. Maybe should we do a watch along to Bad Words?
Oh, that's a good one. Movie? We should do the bad words before, and then the week before we should do bad words, and then we should do the spelling bee. There we go.
Is that? I wonder if it's still on Netflix.
Good question.
When is the spelling bee?
It's in May. It's usually in May.
So it's after the draft, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so Bad Words is not on Netflix at the moment. It is available to rent on like Prime Video and stuff, but it's not streaming anywhere. All right, buddy. So okay, so we've made our official Super Bowl picks. We've done all the so you're taking just in the spread. Let's just talk spread and money line. So
Mhm.
I'm taking the four. It was 4.5 was the number we said.
Yes.
All right, so
We're both we're both taking the points.
both taking the points. I'm taking Seahawks money line. You've got the Patriots money line.
Yeah. I'm kind of hedging a little bit because I did take Sam Darnold as the MVP. So obviously there's
Right.
like there's a little bit of a hedge there between like, if the Seahawks win, most likely Sam Darnold is the MVP. Patriots win, most likely Drake May is the MVP. So I've got a
Yeah.
little bit of a hedge there.
Yeah, I guess I hedged too because I picked the Drake as MVP.
Mm.
Have they've had a Super Bowl loser be MVP before or no?
So it happened like the only time or the last time it happened, and it may be the only time, was actually the Cowboys in Super Bowl V.
Okay.
So that's the last time it happened.
Where the Cowboys lost, but the MVP was
Correct.
they had the MVP.
Yeah. I want to say it was Chuck Howley was the name.
Oh, I was gonna say Staubach, but I guess yeah.
No, it was a defensive player.
Okay. So yeah, so we hope
So Chuck Howley, it was Chuck Howley, and he was the only he is the only player ever to do it. It's a good bit of trivia there.
so because I know in the NBA it's happened in the finals where like the finals MVP was from the World Series MVP. I think's happened maybe once.
I think 2016 LeBron probably should have won it that season, where the first year that the Warriors won, was it? No, not 2016, 2015. The first year that the Warriors won the title. I think LeBron probably should have won that, but they gave it to Iguodala because he held LeBron to like 35 points a game. Good work there, buddy.
Yeah, well, okay. That should be they should have that as a prop bet. The
Will the
MVP
loser
is from the losing
on the losing team.
That'd be people would put money on it. I mean,
Oh, of course they would. Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
People put money on anything.
I mean, people were betting on the Pro Bowl apparently.
I don't know. Hope you took the
Yeah,
over, boys and girls.
Maybe that's a ranking we can do during the offseason. Like, what are the most degenerate things that you can bet money on? So, like Little League World Series, Spelling Bee, Pro Bowl. Like this, there's got to be a list out there somewhere of like what's the most.
I wonder if I can put money on the Spelling Bee on Kalshi.
I'm sure you can. Kalshi's got pretty much everything. I guess the Oscars is kind of degenerate to put money on. Who's gonna? He said placing a wager.
As he placed a wager on the awards
on Sinners. I will say I did not watch any more of the Best Picture nominees, although I think I'm going to try to. I've only got 3 more I've got to watch, so I'm going to try to do that. Not by next week, but at least before the ceremony. Let's see. Yep, Oscar Best Picture. You can also put a wager on who's going to win Best Actor at the Oscars. Chalamet's got a lot of the money right now. Deservedly so.
When are the Oscars? We can have maybe we can have an Oscar bets show.
March 15th, the day before my
42nd
birthday. No. Yeah, we can do that. We can do a little little friendly wager. Underdog has, well, that's where I placed the sinners bet was on Underdog. They have them now. They have the so you do that. I don't. I mean, we could just do the major categories. I'm not going to do like best
Cinematography.
Best cinematography. If I had to bet, I'd probably be Train Dreams at this point. But yeah,
All
they're
right.
reporting on Triple J here to the Jazz.
So now he's quadruple J.
Now he's quadruple J. So, geez, the Grizzlies got quite a haul there. 3 first-round picks and 4 players. Yeah,
Yep.
4 players.
I think they also created the largest trade exception in NBA history.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, I guess. Well,
all right.
All right, boys and girls. We're gonna we'll see everybody next week. We'll be recapping the Super Bowl. We'll talk about other things. I'm sure things will come up. I'm guessing by this time next week, Clint Kubiak is officially the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders.
If he's the head coach of the Oakland Raiders, he's got some real problems. He should fire his agent at that point.
Maybe he'll have his coaching staff. There's still I think I read there's still 5 or 6 offensive coordinator jobs still open.
You know, that would be a really good TV show premise is a coach thinks that he's being hired by a pro team, but it's so he thinks he's being hired by the Vegas Raiders, but he's actually being hired by the Oakland Raiders, and it's like a youth football league or something, some semi-pro knockoff thing, and he goes out there and then his agent's like, "What do you want me to do?" Just then hijinks ensue.
Yeah, right. Hijinks ensue. I feel like there's been a movie or TV show like that before, where it's
Paul, this is my original idea. No one has ever come up with this before.
I'm sorry. I forgot. You know, that's why it said produced and directed by Brandon.
Yeah.
Connor.
Brandon the Cowboys fan. That's what it's.
Brandon the Cowboys.
My official legal name.
Brandon the Cowboys. That's like when it's like when a professional wrestler's in a movie and he uses his wrestling name.
Yeah,
instead
exactly.
of his government name. Yeah. But okay. Well, all right. We'll see everybody next week. Everybody enjoy the Super Bowl. Like I said, hopefully it's a good game at least. Hopefully there's some good commercials. How do you feel about the commercial? We get kind of teasers for the commercials now. I don't know if you've been seeing these.
I haven't seen anything, so I'm going in.
Okay.
I'm going in dry, which I.
Well, so because on
the commercial. Can I say something? The commercials suck now. They haven't had a good year of commercials in a long time.
Well, because I mentioned Tubi, right? So I watched a couple movies on Tubi, and there's been these commercials with Danny McBride and Keegan Michael Key for this insurance. It's fake insurance company, but it's a State Farm. And at the end, it'll say coming 2/8/26 or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, they're doing teasers now for Super Bowl commercials.
Of course.
Kind of weird, but yeah. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? All right, well, maybe we'll talk about Super Bowl commercials next week too. When we're at it. But all right, good luck to you, buddy. Good luck to everybody on their prop bets, all that other good stuff. We'll see everybody next week. Happy football, everybody.
Happy football. Go Hawks.